Under System Settings, Ubuntu has a backup utility to automate backups called Backups. So if you look in System Settings down here, you'll see this safe with the backups title, and we can bring up this backup utility. So in this video, I'll demonstrate how to configure a basic backup. Now, a little background on this backup utility. If you're looking for more information, it's a really hard thing to search online for. If you just type in Ubuntu backups, you'll get many different things. If you're looking for specific information about this GUI tool, it's called DejaDupe. If I do a search for it in the dash for DejaDupe, as I've done here already, so DEJA-DUP, and I want to search for applications, you'll see it just brings up backups. Because the real name for this application is not just backups, it's called DejaDupe. So if you need support online, use this search term. Even more, under the hood, this backup utility uses something called a command line utility called Duplicity. So if you go to the command line, let's just open up a terminal term. You can search for it and open it up. And we can type in duplicity --help. So it gives us all the options. So if you need even more control over your backups, do some research on Duplicity. That's what the backup utility is using under the hood. Now in this video, just to get you started, we'll set up a basic backup using the GUI tool in System Settings. So I'm back in Settings and Backups. So let's set up our folders to save. Let's say we just want to save the home folder. That's the default here. Some ignore folders. We don't need to include downloads twice. We're ignoring trash, downloads, and I'm going to create a folder called Backup. So I've opened the file manager. I'm going to create a new folder called Backup, where we're going to store the backup. Now in practice, you'll want to store it either on an external site, or maybe this folder is mapped to an external drive somewhere. So now that we have that folder, we'll go folders to ignore. Just to be safe, we'll put backup. The place we want to store the backup, we're going to ignore it because we don't want to back up the backup. And the storage location, we choose folder, make sure your backup folder is selected, hit OK. And then scheduling, you can have it back up every day or every week and how long you want to keep old backups. So let's enable this now and click Backup Now. Now it's asking me for a password. So you can have an unencrypted backup, or you can encrypt your backups with a password. But if you're going to encrypt it, make sure you do not lose this password because you won't be able to restore your backup. So it's advice to write it down. Even write it down. Well, I recommend writing it down on a piece of paper, storing it in a safe or a fire safe somewhere, or in a safety deposit box, somewhere you know that you can always recover it. Make sure to enter something secure. It should be quite a few digits long, at least 10. I'd recommend probably 12, and choose something secure. And now it's performing the backup. Verifying there's not a whole lot of files in the system to back up, so it's fairly quick. And now our backup is complete. If we go into our file manager again, open up backup, you'll see the files here. So under the hood, it's using Duplicity, so it's prepended with the Duplicity string and some information about the date and time it was made. And it has these three files, a manifest, a diff, and a signed tar file. And the extension is GPG extension, and this means it's encrypted with GPG, and which is why you need your password. And that's all there is to it. Now we have encrypted backups. And if you want to restore, you can go back to your backups utility and click Restore. And that concludes this introduction to backups in Ubuntu.